In the lineup for the men's 110-meter hurdles, Omar Mcleod is noticeably absent. So, what's the trouble with Omar Mcleod? Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we can continue to grow. When you do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. We drop a video at least once a day here in Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit the like button. And finally, leave your thoughts after this sports analysis where we take a look at and we break down the races. So, ready? Yep. Good to go. First up, let me apologize. I've only been doing like one video a day for the last couple of days. But people, my youngest graduated from high school and we have been sort of dealing with her graduation and a graduation ball and them kind of stuff. You know it go. I'm very excited, very proud of her. She did extremely well, people. Luckily for her, she's as bright and as beautiful as her mom. Anyway, let's deal with this. When the list for the men's 110-meter hurdles for the upcoming Jamaica National Trials, which happens in a day or two here in Jamaica, came out, we noticed the absence of the former world and Olympic champion, the remarkable Jamaica's Omar Mcleod. So what's going on? He's had 3 very, very unsettling and strange years. Now, this was the last post made by Omar Mcleod.
Yeah, dude.
And he looked good in that, but that was 10 weeks ago. We simply have not seen anything since. Now, last year he had a really challenging 2022. This, of course, is what happened in the finals of the men's 110-meter hurdles in last year's Jamaica National Trials.
Never before have we seen 8 athletes under 13.50 seconds lining up for the final of the National Senior Men's 110-meter hurdles. 2022, a historic year. Who will be national champion?
Set.
No, they're sent away. Omar Mcleod gets a bullet start. Handsome Parchment left behind, no problems for Mcleod. Handsome Parchment steps forward. Orlando Bennett is there. Rashid Broadwell on the outside is right there. Broadwell stepping forward. Parchment gets it.
And last year he had this to contend with. He wrote, as athletes, being able to compartmentalize is very important and something that we must master in order to be able to be at the highest level. Yesterday I just couldn't do that. I wasn't strong enough this time around, and that's okay, Mcleod said. Not being able to be at my little cousin's funeral plagued my mind as I was feeling so much guilt that it messed with my sleep on top of dealing with jet lag, and so I just simply did not trust myself enough to go out there and compete under the mental state. Now, he put this out in reference to a meet that he simply didn't perform at. And of course, in 2021, it was another disaster for him at the Jamaica National Trials. You do remember this. Now, this, of course, is my 2 cents. The national record holder in the 60-meter Olympic and world champion, Omar Mcleod's talent is unquestionable. He's an exceptional talent in terms of the men's 110-meter hurdles. And he will be missed. I mean, we have to be honest. But the last 2 years have been tragic. In 2021, he said it was a result of, I think, of the change in schedule. They scheduled the race for way too early and he just wasn't up to it. And the last year, of course, the mental stress of not being able to go to his young cousin's funeral, and he was apparently very close to this young lady, truly impacted him. And now, we've often talked about mental state in an athlete. Now, we are not saying, and honestly, let me be direct, we have no idea as to why he has not turned up or he's not going to compete at this year's national trials. We do not know if he's injured. Like I said, he seemed to be fine right up until 10 weeks ago, and then we just haven't seen anything really from him since. We knew he very sparsely performed this year. Omar Mcleod ran twice indoors for the 2023 season and once outdoors, which was about April the 29th, where he ran 13.67 seconds for a second place finish at the LSU Invitational in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And the fact is, we have heard nothing from his camp as to why he's been absent for pretty much 10 weeks, which is 2 months and 2 weeks. That's an exceptionally long time. So what's the trouble with Omar Mcleod? Now, obviously in 2021, something was awry because, when he said the time that they ran, that was kind of strange to me, because the truth is an athlete should be able to run pretty much any single time you ask them to run, because that's what they do. That's their job. That's their thing. Now, I understand regarding his cousin in 2022, psychologically, that must have also impacted you. And I also think psychologically what happened to him in 2021 also impacted him. Now, I think, if my memory serves me correctly, Omar Mcleod is about 29 years of age. So what's really happening? Is it a combination of all these things? Could it be that he's just injured, which is also a high possibility? We have had a few injury issues for the Jamaican track athletes this year. But I really am not sure, because like I said, at this point, what I'm literally doing is speculating. And I'm speculating that it may be a combination of all these things. Maybe he still has not really recovered from the passing of his young cousin. That's trauma. Emotional trauma is something that takes a very, very long time. And plus the fact he stated in that release last year that he also felt guilty that he didn't attend. So maybe he's associating running, hurdling now with not supporting his cousin, in her passing, or not going to her funeral. That's also a high possibility. There's a plethora, there's so many different things that we could go down the rabbit's hole. But I do know that something was off from 2021. I just can't figure out what it was, because like I said, saying that it was too early to run, to me, made no sense. Omar Mcleod runs in every single time zone. Japan, Germany, Africa possibly. I don't know if he's ever ran there, but I mean, you as an athlete, you run when you're supposed to run, and some meets happen 1 a.m. in the morning and some meets happen 1 p.m. in the afternoon. You run when you're supposed to run. So that was a very strange excuse to me. 2022, I completely understand. But will his absence make any real difference? And unfortunately, I have to say I'm not sure. I don't think so, because with the degree of talent that we currently have in the men's 110 meter hurdle, including Broadbell, Parchment, Runner Levy seems to be back, and others, he may not be missed. But the truth is, Omar Mcleod is one of the greatest to have ever done the 110 meter hurdles. And I think it is sad that we will not see him line up against this remarkable slew of Jamaican male 110 male sprinting talents. I really wanted to see him at his best. So I'm hoping that we will see him next year and this pattern does not continue. I'm also hoping that his team and or himself will decide to tell us, his fans, why is it that we're not seeing him. So the trouble? Well, it could be a combination of factors. It could be injury. And it could also simply be that he has not completely recovered psychologically. And just coming around to this time of the national trials, what happened to him in 2021 still plagues him. And 2022, the loss of his cousin not being able to comfort her still impacts him. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button. Remember, your royals, kings, and queens. Bless up!